Hey everybody, this is a cutout conversation from our gaming discussion podcast, Frame Trap. So if you enjoyed this conversation, please check out Frame Trap every other Thursday at noon. Thank you. I have been playing, I'm working on the review for Lords of the Fallen.
Nice, here we go.
Everyone here likes Souls-likes, everybody here, I know it. So, I'll say this, as someone who reviewed Lies of P, which we'll talk about also later, Lies of P is Bloodborne, Lords of the Fallen is Dark Souls 3. That's what it feels like.
Okay.
It's good. I like it. I'm having a really good time playing through this game. I think it's super fun. I think it looks really good. I think this is an Unreal Engine 5 game or... Not 100% sure, but it looks really good. Like I'm playing on PC right now, and some of the cities I'm just like, damn, like staring at the architecture and stuff. It's all there's like a lot of gothic kind of stuff. You know? Everything's dead, dude. There's bodies everywhere.
That's definitely a way where like people can try and like, one up FromSoft. Like they make good looking games, but you can make them better looking.
The preview when I talked to the director, he was just like, "Yo, it's no secret. We love Dark Souls here." He's like, it's my favorite game.
Secret.
It's like
this game.
Yeah, it's like they just
Bluepoint made a better FromSoft game from a technical perspective in almost every way than From Software ever could. So.
Yes, that is very true. But yeah, Hubert, you played some of this. You did the preview, dude. Mm-hmm. You enjoyed it at the time.
Yeah, it's a big step up from the original.
I didn't play the original because everyone kind of just told me, it's like,
it's fine.
But I think, like, I'm playing this, I'm like, oh, you like Souls games? Like, yeah, I'd recommend this. However, I am playing on the PC version. I've not dabbled on, like, the PS5 version. The PC version has performance issues. Big time in some areas.
PC,
we're talking stutter, frame drops. Like I'm in some some areas are worse than others. It felt like, but I was like fighting guys, and it's like not performing good when I'm like fighting stuff.
You don't want that. But it is, that's the one thing. Like, I'm not a big fan of like trying to review stuff on PC because it's like just how many of these issues are like issues that like. Some dude on a Reddit thread is like, oh yeah, just turn off this thing and that thing and then put something in the ini file and it works perfectly. I'm like, thanks.
And it's like they're patching the game pretty frequently when I'm playing it still too, so I don't know what it's going to be like when it's fully out, but like it's running better as it has continued to patch for me, which has been nice, but like just from what I've played most recently, it's still got some problems. Right?
Got it.
No. I think some people are gonna have some problems with this, kind of like the stutter and a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
But
if the stutter's still there, then definitely. That's also one of those things that like gets thrown in the day one patch and like hope it works.
I'm really curious to see how the day one patch will be. But
that is a UE5 game, Brad. I looked it up real quick, and that I've seen a lot of these UE5 games on PC. It's a newer engine still, but it's just
the
like
shader compilation
brutal. Even if you have a nice PC, like Brad, you have a 3080, right?
I do, yeah.
So not that it's just it's not just your graphics card, but still like you should be set, and it shouldn't be stuttering. But there could be still a thing where it's like it needs a NVIDIA driver or something.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't think there's anything for me on that front. So but things could
I don't
change.
see that very often. Like I think I saw like early drivers for Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
But most games you don't get special drivers in advance. So when you do, it is like that's kind of a weird thing too.
If you're on PC, just be aware that it could be different for you. I don't know, but that's just what I'm experiencing.
Actually, even at the preview event, we were playing on PCs, and one of the bosses got stuck out of bounds. And it was a bummer because I was like rocking it, dude. I was like, I died a couple times, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna beat it this time. And then they like teleported up to the rafters. I was like, I
haven't had anything like that. The only thing I've kind of had like bug wise is like what happened to Damiani is like some enemies getting stuck and like floating or something like that. But you just kill them. It's
just
not
roll
that
with
big
it.
Deal.
Yeah.
But got all the basics, heavy armor, different builds, magic, faith. There's like a pyromancy class blood. It's just like a pyromancer 100%. And I was like,
that's blood.
Blood's
like
class.
the magic class user.
They label it as like, there's like basic ones and there's like more advanced ones, I guess. I just picked like knight and I'm doing all strength build. I have like 60 strength or something right now.
Do weapons have requirements? Stat requirements?
Oh, yeah. And weapons have like move sets. Like, you get basic attack, heavy attack. But there's also, if you push like L1 and R2, depending on your weapon, it'll do different attacks. Like some are like combos, like 2 hits.
Sweet.
But the axe I'm using is he does like a jump attack and like slams down like enemies like the Kirk Hammer. It's really sick.
Music to my ears, bro.
Also, what's unique about this game too is like it has like these 2 realms you switch between.
Fuck, man, I just want to use a Kirk Hammer.
Yeah, Kirk Hammer, man.
It's been
there's some cool hammers in this. Not a Kirk Hammer, but there's some cool hammers.
It's been years.
But yeah, there's this realm. It's like a spirit realm, I guess, or like the realm of the dead. You switch between 2 in the game. So if you're playing normally, and you can switch between this realm on the fly. You just like hold up you have like this little lamp you have with you the whole game, and it can show you the other realm. Because sometimes there's obstacles in the way. So you'll need to like go in the other realm to be able to pass through it. Like, let's say there's a wall, and if you look at it in the other realm, you can see you can walk through it.
Dude, it's like
but to go into it, you have to like remove some of your health, right?
So what it is like
there's some risk versus reward shit.
What it
is
is
sick. It's so sick.
So with the lamp, there's some things you don't need to go into the realm with. So you can like if you see a path that's only in that other realm, you can hold up your lamp and walk across it. But you're gonna be walking slower, so you'll be a little more vulnerable. And, like, let's say you're holding the lamp, you're looking at the other realm. There's other enemies in that realm sometimes, and they can kind of pull you into it if you're not careful.
That's sick.
That's great.
All right, that's pretty cool.
When you do go in the other realm, yes, you lose some health, but you can get it back by hitting enemies.
Yeah.
So that's just something to keep in mind.
Is it like...
And then how do you get out of it, though?
There's, like, very specific, like, effigy things you go up to.
Yeah.
You have to find.
My question about the health, sorry, do you just, like, temporarily lose, like, health bars? Like, permanent health bars decrease?
So it's like your health doesn't go down like normally like Demon Souls did. It's just like half your health's gone, but you can get it back up.
Okay, can you like use like a
you can use a healing item, yeah, or you can like hit an enemy. So you'll see like a white part on your health bar. That means you can get health back.
So, I didn't understand if it's like permanent or like Tears of the Kingdom. No,
it's not like that. You can get your health back. Yeah, you don't lose permanent health like that. So a lot of it's pretty cool. Is like going through these environments and just navigating. Like this game is very dense and with like a lot of ways to go. And I've been playing through this game for like the past 4 or 5 days, and I'm just like, where was that again? I'm like thinking about that. Where was that again? Like it was on this cave wall, but there's like 10 cave walls here. So I've just been like kind of thinking about all that stuff. It's been really fun.
With the umbral stuff though, so you're talking about the lamp, and you can kind of go over.
Umbral, dude. I'm glad you remember that.
Yeah,
Umbral.
But isn't there something too to where like, do you like end up there when you get killed or whatever?
So when if you are in like your base form, you will die and you'll be in that realm. So you have like a Sekiro Shadows Die Twice kind of thing. But if you die in there, it's like you're done kind of thing. Like that. But if you find one of those effigies though out in the world, you can come back and get like your life back essentially. But yeah, there will be times where you have to go into the spirit world and lose like that life.
Does that go to the spirit world work on like boss fights or
just yeah, it does with all that stuff. Also with the Umbral lamp, there's this mechanic where you can like pull out an enemy soul, and like their souls out, and they're like kind of in slow motion, so you can get some damage in real quick and stuff like that. It's not super long, but you can get a few hits in there depending on what weapon you're doing. And you have like charges with that, so you can't constantly do it. But yeah, going through the world's been really fun with me just figuring out, where am I going to use the lamp? Where should I look at? Like, I'm me kind of just like, this area looks kind of suspicious. I'm just holding it up and looking around. Like, oh, there's something. But if I'm not careful, you can like see some enemies that are only in that realm. There's like these Grim Reaper guys that are only in that realm, and they hit you while you're looking around. You're like in there. Also, when you're in the realm, there's like a danger factor because there's like a little meter that builds up as you're in there. And guys like will spawn constantly in this realm and attack you. They will spawn like these weird freako kind of guys. They will almost like too annoying where I'm just like, God, go away, like piss off kind of thing. And like there's like so many dudes sometimes. And this meter, as the meter goes up, more hard enemies will spawn until eventually it goes all the way through. Then there's like a red Grim Reaper that comes, dude. He's like Nemesis, dude, and he will like just one-shot you.
Dude,
you gotta find like a bonfire thing, or you gotta find one of those effigy things to get out of there.
I remember really liking the mini bonfire mechanic.
Yeah,
like
so let me explain
beds.
that. Yeah,
I love that.
There's,
shit. I remember a bitter YouTube comment was telling me to calm down about that.
What? You thought it was cool?
I thought it was fucking awesome.
Yeah. So what it is there's normal like big checkpoint bonfires. bonfires. There's normal ones like that. But however, as you go throughout the game, there are little spots where you can put down like your own little bonfire. It's temporary only.
Finite resource.
It's one temporary thing. You can buy the resource, you can buy it, but it costs money.
Okay.
But you need to have these if you want to set up like a bonfire somewhere. But you can only have one set up at a time. So if you set one up somewhere, then you put one down later. The other one's gone.
Got it.
So you got to just make a mental note because like some of these areas you go through, you're like, do I want to put one down here or do I want to try to push a little further kind of thing like that?
Sick.
Because this game gets rough.
Yeah.
Dude, okay. Not from a boss perspective. The bosses has been pretty damn chill.
Okay.
I'm talking trash mobs, dude.
Okay.
Okay?
Right,
I'm wearing
vibes,
like the heaviest armor in the game, dude. And I was getting like 2 shot by guys.
Whoa.
I have died so much in this game. There was like platforming, dude. I'm just dead.
You die more in this than pre-patch Lies of P? Because I know Lies of P patched and made it easier. They made it 100% made it easier.
I didn't die so much.
All the way around, though,
I mean, I
from top to
died a
bottom.
lot in Lies of P, but I feel like Lies of P, I died the most at bosses.
Yeah.
Like Lies of P was much more me doing runbacks, something
Yeah.
runbacks, so like me getting like the Puppet King, Dustin, and stuff like that. I died on that guy like a while, dude, stuff like that. But the bosses have been pretty chill for me. Maybe it's just because of my build, I'm literally doing charge R2s like on everybody, dude, like stuff like that. So it's been kind of cool. But lots of spells, lots of NPCs that talk to you. There's like a hub base you go back to and you talk to these characters. There's one that like upgrades your Estus flask and stuff like that. There's one guy that's only in the spirit realm, so you have to like go in there every time you talk to him. Like he's like some weird cloaked shadow guy and all that stuff. You can give them like boss souls or whatever to get all that good stuff.
Nice.
Item, yeah.
But yeah, it's really sick. I'm having a really fun time playing it. It's been cool playing this kind of. I played Lies of P very recently, and they're very different games to me, and I think they're both super fun. I like them both the same.
sick.
The only problem is right now is just the performance. It's
Yeah.
like, it needs to be better.
How sick is that, dude? FromSoft takes a year off from the Soulsborns,
Yeah.
and then we get Lies of P and Lords of the Fallen to help us out.
They're finally catching up and perfecting like,
Yeah.
the old FromSoft.
Yeah. When the FromSoft comes back, it's like, all right, here we go.
Yeah, they haven't caught up to the open world one yet, and FromSoft come back with something new next time. Yeah.
Well, and like you said, like the art style in this.
Yeah,
is
it looks great.
It's like a painting come to life.
Yeah, it looks really good. There's also
And
like
the consoles could be more stable too.
Yeah, I
Sure.
haven't really messed with the PS5 version to be fair, so I don't really know. There's PvP invasions. I got invaded a couple times.
Oh.
I got killed once, and I fucked some guy up one time. I did the spam block thing on his corpse, dude. I have it on video, dude. We'll put that on video. There's co-op also. I think you could play like the entire game co-op
Right.
pretty easily.
Yeah,
I haven't
that.
done it yet. We'll have to do that, Mike.
Yes,
But you
yes.
could. To me, it just looks like you go to a checkpoint and you summon your friend or whatever.
Tight.
I'm curious if you kill a boss, if it'll save it for the other person.
There's so many
we need to
questions
test
there.
that kind of
So many
stuff to
questions.
see
level scaling,
what it's like.
Dead
Yeah.
Island 2 though did a good job of that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. Yeah. Sick.
But yeah, it feels like a very I guess from the first game, this seems like a massive improvement. Like I'm having a lot of fun playing this. Like I can't wait to play more.
It felt way different. Looked way better.
Yeah. Like I'm 25 hours in. I'm not done yet.
Nice.
I still got stuff to do. So there's all those fun side quests. Obtuse kind of things. You're like figuring out stuff. You're putting pieces together. Sometimes you get like maps. Like you'll pick up a map and it'll show you some stuff like in the zone, like pictures of like maybe little hints and stuff like that to go for. But yeah, it's been really good. I'm having a really good time. I think it's super fun.
Sick.
Yeah.
Brad, in terms of the big thing with Souls likes for me, because I think you and I are somewhat on the same page that so far at least we agree that there are some good ones out there, but no one has really gotten it quite right.
No,
And now
except
with,
from software.
we have Lies of P and we have this game too. How do you feel is like my main complaint always with games like this is that, and I don't know if I'm just mentally stuck up in my brain or if there's something very specific about From Software game feel that it's just the mix of like animation, how enemies read to you, how long you have to block, how long your attacks take. How would you say Lords of the Fallen compares to, you said it's closest to Dark Souls 3 in terms of like moment to moment game feel, because that's something when we talk about Lies of P, that's where it's a little weird to me.
I mean, I don't think anyone's as good as From Software on feel, like combat feel or anything feel. I don't think anyone's that level. This game is much like for
Dolman. No, just kidding.
Yeah, for the build I'm using too, I'm a very slow, heavy build, so encounters are kind of slow. Like the bosses aren't as crazy fast as some of the other stuff. I feel like if you're intimidated by some really insane, like Melania, like I haven't fought anything as crazy or with like an insane moveset like that. Nothing is quite on that From Software level of like bosses design and all that stuff, but they are still really solid and fun. I think Dustin, the thing is with, I never expect anyone to go to that level except From Software.
Shout out to The Surge.
The Surge is like, these games are cool and I like them. I think they're very good games.
But they're not on the level.
But they're not the level From Software, of
course,
is what I'm saying. But I'm okay with that.
I'm always trying to figure out anytime I play a Souls-like game, and this is, it's tough because we all play games constantly. We play all different kinds of games, and usually you can clue in like, this is better because of this and this, or like specifically when it comes to game feel. But I have never been able to figure out like, okay, well, what makes From Software games feel better than these other games that also feel really good, but there's something, and I don't know if it's just like a mix, like I said, of all these different elements. Yeah, they've got, dude, Miyazaki, he's cooking over there. He's doing something.
Yeah. It's like when you think about like, if you're playing a first person game on a controller, it's like you think of like Bungie as being one of the best, like for shooting.
Right.
A shooting game with a controller, you're just like, I don't know how they do it. They just make it feel so good compared to some other devs where I'm like struggling.
Modern Warfare usually too.
Yeah, I mean, Call of Duty is pretty damn high too, but I'm saying, like those high caliber games compared to many others aren't as like, it just doesn't feel as good. They got that special sauce or whatever it is.
Totally.
But yes, Lords of Fallen is cool.
Do we want the buffer, or do we want to go straight to Liza P from that? Because we're kind of in the same space.
I guess we could do Liza P. Yeah, what were you going to say though, Dustin?
Oh yeah, so I was curious. I guess you kind of covered it. I was thinking about the multiplayer aspect. If you can just seamlessly play the game with your friend, that's amazing. And that's something, dude. It's funny. We were talking. So I was just talking so highly of From Software, but it's like, dude, I know you love your cryptic shit and like you got to have the currency to spawn someone in and all this stuff, but it's like enough. Like we've done that for so many years now.
I agree. Because it's been so long. Like I remember Brad and I, like back in the day when it was a novelty, it was fucking awesome. Like whenever we would summon each other in Demon Souls or Dark Souls 1, it felt like this special holy shit moment where it's like, dude, we're in this together, let's go. And then now it's like, I think of Dark Souls 3, Damiani and I like co-oping through that game was just like so many hoops, so many barriers.
Having to go back and forth, each had to do the same thing twice.
The special novelty factor of it is fully gone. Like just give us the option.
That's what I feel about like invasions in a lot of games. I'm just like, this isn't anything special to me anymore. It's like just kind of par for the course. Like I don't get excited about that. Like when we got invasions, I'm just like, all right, cool.
For sure.
But I think it's so interesting they kept they kept the Lords of the Fallen name, which I think was, I wonder if it's just they think that most people have forgotten about that game or something.
It was a long time ago.
I feel like that name has stink on it from that first game where it's like, oh, it was before we had all of these other Souls-like games, so it felt very much in the imitator camp. And then it wasn't that great, but now, I guess it's a new era now of Souls-likes. So I guess that makes sense. But I'm excited to hear it's good, though. I want to check it out. Doing Liza P in that game back-to-back might drive me insane.
Might be a little much,
Be a little break.
I always got to give a shout-out to, Brad.
Huh?
Every time I got to give a shout-out to.
What?
Thymesia,
yeah.
God, I love that game.
Yeah, that's cool.
Friggin', like... bargain bin Souls-like.
Yeah, it was. It was like a cool bargain bin Souls-like. Yeah, absolutely.
So cool.